Hello, peeps. Happy Sunday. I'm still here in Vegas. I'm going to be leaving for the aeroporto soon. And I wanted to share something. I've just been like going over, I have my notes from my conference, and Wes Walton, who I keep talking about, has quite literally changed my life. And it's funny. A lot of people, he said in his training, you don't have an education problem. You have an application problem. So I'll explain what that means. So hello. If you're catching the live, drop live. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And also, I am Janine, your favorite holistic Jersey girl. Got to tell you that in case you didn't know. So I just wanted to share something that has changed my perspective, and I wanted to pay it forward to help shift your perspective. So as you know, or don't know, in my stories, I put that Wes Walton was in prison for 10 years. And he's been out for 5. And he said, when you get out, they give you, I think it's called gate money. It's $200. So he had $200 and he had to go stay with his grandmother. And he's like, yeah, most people would feel like bad that you're 35 years old, you have $200 to your name, and you have to live with your grandmother. He was like, no, I don't feel bad. I'm grateful to be out of there. He's like, I'm still grateful to be able to walk in the grocery store. I'm still grateful to be able to look at the different deodorants in the store aisle. Like things that we take for granted every single day. He became the man in doing all this work for himself. It was all a mental game. He used to get up before everyone else got up, and he'd wait for food. So by the time everybody was up, he had already showered or whatever he did, worked out, ate, he did everything he needed to do. So he missed all the traffic so that he could build the power in his mind, because he knew that if he worked out his mind, if he worked out his body, he would be in a more powerful place than everybody else. So he said that people would mess with him, but he said hey, Marsha, he became the person he needed. And he said that in 10 years, nobody was visiting him. And he's like, why don't people care? Why don't people see me? Why don't they do anything? And he's like, I don't care anymore. I don't care. That's not going to serve me. What I care about is being present. And he said, you don't need patience if you are present and full of joy. And that really hit me, really, really hit me, because most of the times I feel very impatient. And he's obsessed with his life. And he's saying, if you don't love your life, if you try and chase, it gets further away. You have to be in love and obsessed with your life, and then you attract. So a lot of people, and I know that you could probably relate, I know in New Jersey, it's a thing. When I go into the office, I have to leave by 6 a.m. or else I'm sitting in traffic. So he said most people will leave at the same time, sit in traffic, and be pissed off every single day. Instead of getting up earlier, leaving earlier, maybe go to work out, by your office, do something else. So you get up and you beat the traffic so that you can be present and full of joy with the way that you do things. I thought that was wonderful, because so many people, what that translates to your everyday life is you do the same things over and over again, get aggravated with the same results over and over again, and you don't take the initiative to change the habit. Because everything he did and everything he talked about was discipline. It's discipline of the mind. And so he has all these Lamborghini, he has all these high-end cars. And he spoke to his agent or whoever orders them. And he's like, order me another Lamborghini. And so his agent was like, well, do you need it? He's like, I don't need any. I'm not at the level of needing. This is want. I know my value. I know what I'm worth, and I deserve this. And so a lot of what he was saying is that you have to operate at what's your level 10? Your appearance, your actions, your energy, your demeanors. And you have to visualize what you want before you get it. He said, even if when you're going to sleep, you have to pretend you're sleeping before you sleep. And I was like, phew. Who thinks of it that way? You have to attract and visualize it and be at a 10. My friend Amanda today said, normally she'll get up and just go to the airport. She won't get showered. She doesn't want to. She's dragging booty. She's in her pajamas with a hoodie and a cap. And she's like, no. Today, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to refresh because it's mindset, and I'm going to show up differently today. And I was like, boom. Because when at this conference, at this convention, this is not about, oh my God, I heard the most wonderful things. That's great. And then going home and not applying it. It's about learning, hey, Becca, me sharing with you, and then you leveling up your own life. How can your life be a 10? How can you show up as a 10? Who are you really? What are you made of? Who are you? What is really going on? So he was saying that the habits is what brings your future, what you want. And I said, when you continue to chase, that goes further away. When you attract, it comes all day. It comes all day. So he has tools. Every day he gets up, and if it's anger, if it's frustration, he calls it a removal process. Most people dictate their day by their emotions. He doesn't. And I'm not. Like today I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm tired. I think I have a headache. I think I drank too much beer and sake. And I'm like, so? Yeah, I did. So is that going to like ruin my day? No. Today's going to be the best day. I'm happy I'm alive. I'm so blessed that I have the friends that I have that I stayed with. I'm blessed my brother comped our meal last night. I'm blessed that I'm safe. I've been seeing freaking pennies everywhere. So it's not about like looking at how you feel. It's about dictating your day and saying, this is how my day is going to be. Be the source of what I'm seeking. And you're right. Some Becca's just saying it's nice to have like-minded friends. Our regular moods regulate frequency. And so he says about frequency, it's funny you say that, Becca. He said frequency is really about what you frequently see. So when you see something different, you will attract something different. You will be something different. Because a lot of people, he says like the hate, when he gets hate, he doesn't care. Hate's up here or hate's down here, but he's up here. And he's like, when you like bring yourself down to hate, there's nothing that comes from that. Like you're bringing yourself down. When you rise higher, it can't touch you. It doesn't matter. And he's like, all of the hate that I've gotten, and it's happened to me too. When I share things that people say to me, I get more and more love. I get more and more love. The more you focus on love, yeah, there's going to be people who hate. There's going to be people who say, oh, people on YouTube say, Janine, you're too old. You're too old. Why are you doing these short form videos? You're too old. Because that's my inner kid. It brings me joy. I like to laugh. I like to bring joy to other people. That's me. That's me operating at a 10. And so when people like make those comments, it's like, all right, so I have one negative comment, but I have like 800 positive comments. And then I get, DMs. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you for being inspirational. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I just wanted to share that because we tend to think that our common problems are like exclusive to us. Like I've been divorced. How many people have been divorced? Say one, drop a 1 if you've been divorced. Hey, Natty Boo Boo. Most people think that's like you're special because you've been divorced. And he says, the rarity washes away the problem. Like you being rare washes away the problem. But common problems are not what makes you special. You have to rise up. Hey, Sharon, thanks for tuning in. Drop where you're tuning in from. And it's about your conscious congruence and what you're really aligned with. Because once you're aligned, everything else falls away. And he said self-doubt is a luxury because he didn't have self-doubt when he was in jail. He's like, when life is so good, you find problems. So he goes through a removal process, and that's going back to who he is. And so every day he has the gift of anger, the gift of negativity, and that moves you closer, moves him, moves us, moves you to enlightenment. So you take those gifts and you say, what am I going to do with this today? You become the source of what you're seeking. So it's amazing because I say that too. Like I was divorced and I had to start over at 30. So, hey, my brother, I was just shouting you out. So what that I had to start over at 30? Some people don't even get to live to 30. So what? God bless. Thank God that I got to start over at 30 years old. So what? So anyway, I just wanted to share that. I'm going to be sharing every single day the things that I've learned and how it can help you in your life. And I really appreciate all of you. Follow me on all platforms. I'm Janine Brunetti, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Share me out if you feel called. If I brought value, please drop me some bells, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.